Welcome to General AI Simulation. All position go communication cycles, rotation. I was just communicating high system locations with Terry. She's in the rebellion. So is all levels position locations of Jill, fleet commander. It's amazing how we got in position location to humanity. It's great to see because when you get into the school is where the magic happens. The line signals the location to its connections. See that? You can actually close the light. Look at that. It's like closing a door. So it goes beyond direction of time through anything light signals. It opens up all channel location connections. We had a very powerful class today. We're going to connect all levels. The 24 clocking center, the ground line center mother is in position locations, but we got to stream the center connections. We got to open up all triangle line interference position of Merkaba connections to a new tesseract channel. That's position locations. With high winds, it's high system locations. It's connected to all levels of a new tetrahedron. The tetrahedron is its geometry line center position to its operation to its connections, coming into all levels of free energy in position line conditions. Crypto line center, stream in position locations, 24 times 1, 24,000 line position locations. It high positions to its calculations. It's amazing how you come into universal of track communication, a new digital board of space-time. It's incredible how you change these things position to its planets. So each planet is in a clocking system of 24. Why is that? So everybody can get into their own expansion to their own planet system. It's amazing how you create these through anomaly. It switches interference. Now, switching interference is truly staying your light track location. That's all connected to the light interference position. Love that when you just close the system locations. 5-10 minutes, we'll get started. Make sure you have your water. Anybody that is observation to position locations of new, basically just concentrating on yourself, concentrating on the travel, getting into your imagination, getting your correlations, getting your panels, getting your interference, getting your paradox, in your paradigms, communication line conditions. Try to understand you through all levels of travel through the avatar. It helps you in all ways and forms. In position locations, the Brilliant is here and everything they can help you out. But in position, they're on their own sequence locations of channel positions to its job, a mission to calculation, it high position to its calculations. All right, I'm just going to get some water. Hooah. All right. When you come to a certain level, I sit down and it's all communicational system. It's important. See, I move up, right? Solar. Look at that. Look how powerful that light is. You basically can't see outside. So it's mostly understanding that the school just provides you guidance and solar memory. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. You teach yourself to remember. I don't teach you anything. It's too hard to teach you things. So this is where humanity wakes up to their own financial institutions. Space and time is set up to a universal clock. It's in position locations. It's tracking line center to all levels of its connections. Line streaming everything to that connection program. So it's incredible when you reach those programs setting to connections, right? So we're in a 24 clocking system, which is fantastic. Ground line center is set up. We're going to stream up to the crown. We got in the connections of Orion's belt. Now, we went into 24,000 line position at dimensional line center locations. Now, I got everything set up on structure. When you see this, it's extremely powerful. It's kind of like understanding the position locations of Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey when he's at the end and he's floating, right? And he's into position location of a tesseract. Okay, hope I have your attention. It's understanding time frame, time sequence, time codes. This is where you come into the crypto linings. It's very powerful when you connect to this level system. This is how you change the universal track locations. Okay, taken out of position of absorption, of greed, or any of the conditions of corruption. We come into position locations of love, the universal love, the track location and position line to its system, which is everything through its reactor line conditions. All right. So, how's everybody doing so far before we get started? There will be class at 3. Okay. My apologies for yesterday. We got really into it on the private sector. If you want to get into that position, you have to prove to yourself your own performance. When you go through activation, you really have to dedicate your system because this team is extremely real in all levels of space time. They take it serious because that is their life that they connect to, which is position locations and how they get to their own abundance in that connection to its system. This is why they're here, is for them to remember who they are. Once they remember who they are, they create their own space, they create their own time, a sequence location to their own clocking system to manifestations. They can pretty much get anything they want because they're understanding their travels. They understand their time, they understand their position, they're understanding their activations and their thoughts. They know exactly what to do with their thoughts and how to get to position locations, all done through telepathy. It's amazing how you can travel through your avatar from one to another. Hello, how's it going? Not too bad. How are you? In seconds, travel that connection line connections. You could be anywhere across the globe. It doesn't matter where you are. You can travel anywhere. Once it line stands locations at 24 clocking system, you can go a lot faster. 48 and position location 72, 144. Humanity's got to come back into 144. They've been trapped through karma cycles of 144,000 years on rotation system. That's pretty amazing why everybody is in that conditions. You understand why we have to come back to 144. That program setting to all levels of its realms. Now, the rebellion is already in 144. Humanity has to get into all levels of 4872 before they get into 144. That's the position locations to its center operation, to its condition. All right, Lourdes, how's it going? Tina, how's it going? Janet, how's it going? Yeah, thank you very much. Veronica, yeah, it's a very powerful trailer. Big, humongous pyramid. So, true activation to its connections. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. And it goes way beyond meditation. You guys already know that through calculations. So, Nikki, how's it going? All right. Observer stuff. How's it going? Yep. Stuff colorations. Let's see. Security mirrors. How's it going? Let's see. Devin, how's it going? Lieutenant, how's it going? John. It's great to see new people. Burma, Christine, Lauren. Okay, great. How's it going? Heather, Airbender, Janet. I'd like to basically get in discussion everybody that condition before we get started. Let's see. Jill. Condition solid. Jessica, how's it going? Catherine, how's it going? All right. Get business locations of Amber's coming in connection. All right, she'll be flying in soon. I can see her. Connection energies. You understand we're all connected to all levels of signals. We're all connected to the same alignment. We have to be. That's the travel direction of time. But it's the current locations that you understand division, which is very powerful. Because I live everything of the now. There's no past or future with me. Only the now. Imagine how powerful that is. There's no past and there's no future. Only the now. Which is everything. Which is everything. And that's what we want to reach. It's very powerful when you get to come into that conditions, guys. I can't express that enough, how powerful it is to be in that position to time system. Okay? So, digital platforms, it's all done by code signaling. Now, we got that calculation to its conditions. All right? You calculate and modify the levels of divisional system locations. Now, setting up the times waves of pi. Okay, lines of 24 times 1 equation over the velocity of channels. Now, I'm going to stream them position line conditions, the GFLs and everything, and the rebellion is going to travel through all levels of code. Code is set up to position locations. Round line center, opposition location. Triangle line center, interference. Triangulation to connections, all right? Coming into the crypto line center. Universal reset, galaxies of browsing, as we revise the whole computer of crypto lining, interlinking the streams of bandwidth in a full capacity of the TV reception of locking. And that's what we're going to do today. Okay. Now it's extremely complicated for the new viewers, but thank you very much for joining my channel. If you want to get into more activations, upgrades, or program setting, go into calculations into TikTok. I go on that every single day in that position. After that, You can have any questions, go to my email. Anything else, you can go to my team. They can help you always in forums. All right, so here we go. So, feeling better? Oh, that's great. Galaxy, Guardians, Mother Earth, fantastic, Michael. Amber, how you doing? All right, so here we go. We're going to structure line center and position locations. All right, so everything I give you is structure. Airbender comes in this position. He logs his information in his conditional levels. So when you see this, it's very, very powerful. It's connected to all levels of perception, but the perception is already in calculation. So we're doing this to the current value of its line, which is crypto conditions of its universal track, puts everybody positioned back in the heartline center in position to its calculation of its institution. It opens up all level track locations. All right, so let's get into that. All right, so code signals are set up. Now, you're going to see hieroglyphic channel. A hieroglyphic channel is a weather line center, northwest, south, and east position location. Coloration channels, dimensional line centers, locking in interference positions. Okay, so again, we're going to go through all levels of its conditions, right? Formation, position, locations. So when you see this to the line condition, you'll see the alienation line interference. The foundation to its the foundation of its universal line is its track system of its computer. The digital platform is coming in digital lining into its computer, right? So we're setting up a whole new level of space-time, okay, of a cloud interface, which is very, very powerful, okay? Code signal location at GFL position. They got their information to all line center, 24, 48, 72 position line conditions. The high rise, they more through the high line position. The hieroglyphic channel will open up all levels of northwest, south, and east. The diamond core and its resistance is its position. Time frequency code to its connections, all right? So it locks its interference channel to rotation center. It opens up all track locations to its connections, all right? So we're going to see this through structure. You're going to travel through this through position. You're given your information panels and all your graph line center illumination to its connections, all right? Code signal location at GFL and position locations. High levels of rebellion in connections, all levels. Put them in a new Orion's belt, gateway interference position. Change all frame line center and position line conditions, right? Digital screen, light screen the conditions. Switch line anomaly, switch location to its condition. High rise all division location to its condition. It's amazing how we do this through track centers. But changing the universal space-time is extremely complicated if you don't understand letters, numbers, and shapes and how it all comes together through its crypto lining. It's all done through digital coding, right? We connect all levels of position locations when it comes into the harmonics. The energy and the factoring interference is its manufacturing to its calculation. It computerizes everything through its code system, right? Everything in the observers will be in outside looking in. And again, you want to go to higher information, this is what you need to do. You have to get into higher performance of youth in the mind system to its imagination, to its creation. You can get anything through that connections to its manifestations. But school is extremely important to go to because it helps you evolve and get what you want. And that's what this is. It's getting what you want. Getting anything that you want is done through the mind of thought. It creates all levels of connection to its condition. All right. All right. So high signal location and position. All right. So it's extremely complicated. All right. So I know it's extremely powerful. So this is kind of like what in Interstellar Matthew McConaughey was in. These are three-line triangle line interference positional box centers. Now you got dimensional door locks, interference position locations. Now you got two position locations, box line centers. TV reception of line interference to a graph line center of road. Communication oppositions. This is the weather pattern of position of south. Communication of east and west and everything through north. Weather communication interference program setting. Set up a new crypto line center in position to its location. Communicate interference position of program setting. Reset line conditions all level into vision line condition in position locations. All right, so they activate the 4-line center rotation interference. Orion's belt and calculation modification to its conditions. All right, so here we go. Yeah, I know it froze because I'm traveling extremely fast position. I'm going to electrical light interference position set up at all V-line center position locations, flex patch line channel and conditions. Here we go. All right, there it is. It's activated the high system. Right? You guys have 45 minutes to get everything through the connections and position to a location of universal line center Okay, to 4 waving line position locations or travel through direction to its kryptonite center. Set up all calculation modifications, right? Because now I'm a grain of sand. That grain of sand has to come into its high level system rotation to its atom, the atom rotation into circulation to its rotation conditions, that high position locations to its flux capacitor to its channelized center. Okay, so I'm going to illuminate all levels at position locations of the 24,000 round positions into pixel activation line conditions, right? Here we go through calculation. There you go. Drive direction of time. Ooh, 40 minutes. Have fun. It's amazing how we travel. I love it how it becomes so real. What you have to do is another thing. That's to understand how it allocates to systems of time. Understand how to use geometry settings or anything through digital lining. It's all about understanding programming or anything conditions, right? Especially when you're connecting to levels of your binaries. How many times is this shifting through atmospheres or spheric line interference position location to your perception? It neutralizes everything through calculation, right? It modifies all levels of the operation to its conditions. So it's very powerful when you come into all levels of a new pixel activation to a TV reception of a hologram structure location. So, all right. Taryn has gone. Okay, security measures, just back forcing here. New folks, ground and center, get into your heart, listen and observe, and drink your water. Yes, drink your water. See how it disappears? You can't see the bottom. It's amazing what light does. Anything through traction system locations of water. All right, this is where we are. Hieroglyphics, yep. Code signal, yep. Sequenced, yep. Jessica, you have to reset positions and communicate to all levels. You have to get in your phone reception line centers at voicing grid location. All right, let's see here. Compasses, protractors, yeah, waving lines activated, revamping up, very good. Rooted, grounded, line centered, balanced, flux capacitor, sun, moon, Orion's belt, 24, clocking, plasma web to crystal grid activated. Very good. Excellent. Energy bridge activated. Nice. You guys are doing it extremely fast. That's what I like to see. Seeing all the hieroglyphics flowing, helping sense those codes to the diamond core. Excelente. Balanced by mother drying up to support all systems of clocking. Whoa. Wow, that is a drive. Dive into the water, feel my notes. Exact communications, all positions, all levels of Jupiter, new surfacing engine, all levels, conditions of Saturn, into new surface position locations of its flash drive. All right. That's how we come into bigger streams of bandwidth of universal time. So every time I get downloads, then they know I'm trying to trigger the lower vibrations and frequencies to throw you off, but it doesn't. Their bits all the way to energy. So, well, that's okay. You get position location to your connections there. Anything you download, you just have to get in your sonorified into your position locations to your avatar. Checking sonar, guys, making sure nothing there. Okay, great. Okay, hold on, everyone. Breathe. The new interface codes and sequence rotation position sequence rebooted confirmed. Very good. Heather. Pulsation through the XYZ line center, X position, zip zap zoom, Z force line center, activate core line center rotation interference, plasma webbing in communications of all level krypton aligning in position line connection, universal to its heart line connection interference. Compilation and interference position locations into 24,000 positions of perception locations, guys. Coloration of channels. The rotation of a new sun to a new position of a new moon to modem system locations into a TV reception. All right. All right, so let's see here. In the tower, I'm trying to draw the picture. Oh, I'm not good at all. That's okay. It's not so much the drawing, it's what the avatar is seeing. Yin and Yang, expanding 24 strands, new tetrahedron booted, new Merkaba booted, new Tesseract booted. Excellent. Very good, Jill. Thank you very much. It's in that position. Yeah, starting clockwise. Whoa, very good, guys. Excellent. Got a lot of energy coming in. It's all set now. We just got to stream the position of web browsers and stream location of the bandwidth. All right. You guys are getting faster and faster. Underwater tunnels. This is fantastic what you guys are doing. All right. Making a Mandela shape. Yep. Okay. So that condition interference, underwater tunnels. Okay. Awesome job. Yep. Very good. Fast and efficient. Coming from Airbender. Fleet Commander. Of the Rebellion. Yeah, if you guys want to be, after you're activated, you can connect with him. You can help you out with some forwards. You want to connect with timelines or anything position, connect with Amber. Anybody with position commander Jill, you can connect with her. Geometrics or travels. Yeah, we're all here to help you guys out. Seeing more data, streaming and all data highway, 24 strands of coding now. So Chris can get you informed with light streaming, hieroglyphics, channeling, position of light, and position of light connections, the grounds. John can help you out with all positions of your rhythm patterns, your heart, seeker's location to its connections. Michael can help you out with the guardians, the connection of logos of all solar panels and communication to Earth, gravitational pull to its connections. Blocks are syncing in each other with new circle in the middle. Excellent. Following along with team, all cleared back here. Okay, plasma web and 24,000 lights activated. Very good, Joe. Excellent. Anchor in the lights. Yes, make sure you anchor in the right position. Good. You got 4 channels. You got 4 channels of hieroglyphics, guys. You have no problem in that position. So, as true you stand, how do you stand on quo? Communication to its conditions. All right. But it's amazing how it comes into its own conditions. All right. So once that's set up, all position to calculations come into a box center. Now this box center opens up all position to Tesseract. Tesseract to a new Merkaba, into all levels of the condition of a new computer, which is its mainframe. We set up all the hedron line interference. Now, hedron line interference is positioned to gravity line interference location. Now, an interference location is its information to its crypto lining. Very powerful. You connect all levels of space-time. Right, so you got box center locations. I'm getting calculations here. I want to go in coloration patterns and matrix. Right, so we're setting up position locations of a new tesseract. This is it in position locations. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Calculation to modification to highline center. Once you go into higher levels of space, everything comes in position to connections. But it's the hieroglyphic locations of its map sequence to its AI line system. Opens up all levels of connections. All right, we come into this position location, right? Now, coming into calculation is truly understanding everything through compilation one system, one location, one connections, right? Now, it's all about understanding how to put this all together through calculations, all right? Now, it's very important you understand the line streams and position locations, right? They have to be in all position line conditions, all right? It's all levels of track location. It's travel direction of time, all levels of center to its position, okay? Now, once you get into calculation line conditions, it high circles back in high positions to a level of current value. That current value opens up all levels of its flux capacitor. Flux capacitor comes in position locations, high levels channels to its rotation center in position to its calculation. Now, once it comes into that high system, we go through electrical lights panels in position to connections, all right? Now, we got the 24 clocking system of grounds. Okay, that's in position right now. That's great. It's fantastic. Now we're just getting all levels of position locations into higher level channel in that connection rotation, right? Now that's set up in sequence. Now we go into the center of its current line center, which opens up the new gateway interface in position to a new computer line. And that computer line computes all position locations and it compromises all levels of its compartments, fully communicate high system locations where everybody comes into their ecosystem. Congratulations on that system locations. So the current line center is all levels of E-line center. Now, E-line center is position location of its planet interface. The planet interface is its cloud. The calculation to Its crypto is its connection to its lining. It streams all line signals at 24,000 round box center locations, guys. It opens up all level position to you through calculations to its position, right? You can see the intelligence, right? So it's amazing. So we're coming in a universal crypto line. Love sequence location to connections. Now I'm going to high-rise that line center. I'm going to go coloration path. Coloration path to the sun. Sun position location of the moon. Moon position location of Jupiter. Jupiter communication line center. All levels of Saturn. But then allocate timeline, center rotation, interference position locations. Box center frequency location. Sun comes into one position, two positions, three positions, four positions, and five position to its locations. Alpha, delta, theta, beta, and omega communication. High position line center and all level position location of a dimensional lock. Interference channel line position locations into its calculations. Hooah. All right. So that's where we are right now. So, sonar pulsing, yep. Back to back at Bender. Okay, love the mandala overall. Various mandalas, signature geometry, shapes and colors, and beautiful. Changing geometry line centers of all 12 sequence locations, right? So it's all positioned to all levels of what you're doing, right? We go with that position locations, right? But it's amazing how we start in that conditions and how we go into the next frame position line conditions and surfacing off to the third line center. Now, it's all about understanding what it is. What is the tesseract? It's all time frames. It's all time codes. So it's like wall surface and so many different levels. Okay, so we're going to green strip. Now, green strip is a metric cube. It's a box center location. It's like a Rubik's cube in that position locations, right? Now, it's one cube into another cube, but the line signal is going to be in a dimensional door in position to connections, right? So it's going to open up all channel rotation interference to position location to its connections, right? Which basically comes out of high system to its calculations, right? How it comes out. Now it calculates all positions to all levels of a new ground line center of a clocking system of 24 in position location. It grounds its system to all levels of a fluctuation line channel. It opens all calculation to its program setting. Now in position, it comes into its new tesseract communication cycle to its rotation interference to its program setting to its modified signal to its connections of all channel location. Now, in that channel location comes into all levels of a new gateway interface into the past, present, and future. Center line in its position to its location. Its high position to all location to its connections. Okay, line stream all position locations of the sun in position to connections. Like, so we line stream all everything down position. All right, so let's go in calculations. Going into purple line center, 3,000 line positions. Now, you have to understand how the sun works. It calculates on all levels, 3,000 lights, 3,000 colors, and 3,000 locations. Humanity is in that graph line center. Now, we're changing geometry line centers of 24 of a geometry location, which is its tesseract. So each geometry set is set in position location to all levels of the chakra system. The geometry line center is position locations to a new tetrahedron location, right? So it sets its point systems of locations. It downs its point system to its allocate time center into northwest, south, and east to its connections, right? Kind of looks like a helicopter, right? Because that's what it is. All right, so high position locations into a diamond core line center. See it? Right? So platitude division line center, XT1000 comes in position locations, right? Line streams its line center in position locations, right? Graphing its system locations, its high position, its location. It's checking all modification signals to rotation center. Zigzag zoom in position line conditions. Scans position locations of a new line position of a new circle rotation of 24 segments. In position to allocate time. Operates all level signal locations, out of signal locations, into and back into a new sun rotation to new moon line center to allocate system to time position. All right. So. All right, love the mandalas. Okay, 24 confirmed and complete. Water levels are in balance and cube. Okay, circling back again in team, seeing some Atlantean codes coming in as well. Both hieroglyphics, Atlantean codes. Yep, you're hearing that all in position. Yeah. Okay, feeling the best from Johnny and watch. Heather, I need gold. Yeah, Using 20% of the cerebral cortex, you have full interior control. Within control of the cerebral control metabolism exceeding to control matter itself. Well, we're not using the 20%, we're using the 30. Okay? We're in the 30% line. But the 24 sequence has to be the 24,000 channel. That's position of perception. So we're changing hieroglyphic locations of its vessel to its binary reset locations, Michaela. Right? All right, coming in exactly. I know some people's names, but I have. Don't worry about that. Just focus on your avatar position locations. All heartbeats, harmonics. Let's see. Clocking system. Yep. Ready for activations. Yep. Hieroglyphics, monitoring codes emerging. Yep. Water is in circle, which is in the cube. Yep. Let's see. Confirmed. Excellent. Great. Two streams of codes emerging into one. Yes, they are. Connections there. All right. Sequencing information, channeling off, complete. Excellent. Yeah, thumbs up. That conditions. Michael's balancing your clocking, brother. Okay, great. Excellent. Plasma water streams and positioned light stream locations. All right. Let's see. Directing sonar, amping for Johnny's best time. Okay, great. Going to the panels. Bright green plasma, 40%. Having exterior control, interior, inner, outer. General says we can control others and being manipulated itself and everything. Yeah, but you have to learn how to control your system first, because manipulation comes a long way if you understand your space, position, location, to its conditions, or anything through a high system. Codes merging, vortexing, diamond core off, new digital highway, into position, location, magnetic highway information system, calculation all levels, brain line, center position, location is the full capacity line conditions of Jarmy line center positions of 24 sequence of 24,000 line position times pi. So we're now in a cryptoline center, new universal computer position of interface. Congratulations, guys. All right, helping balancing team, holding the steady in the middle. Going through your structures, exactly know what you're doing. That's the most important thing you got to get across to each other, right? Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Water now set in queue. Very good. My mind is going to explode. Yeah. Well, it gets easier, it gets harder. It gets more complex, but more connected. So, all right, you guys are doing a great job, though. All right, you get confirmation that conditions there. Yeah. Data processing line center. Seeing the diamond core spinning rotation right and left in different layers. Tesseract is spinning in different directions. Yeah. So we got one more thing to do, and then we're done in that position locations. All right. The grip line center is set up at conditions. But what we have to do now is basically set the course for a universal triangle, a new geometry of a tetrahedron line system. All right. So we get into that calculations, right? Now we're out of that connection. Now, one more thing we got to do is basically digitalize all levels of its cube, of its tesseract. And the only way to do that is understand its time frame. So we come into the metric line inference, program set position locations, right? Change it into all levels of green, currency of money, right? So it's now coming into a higher line center, which is great. And this is what it's coming into. All formation 2 calculations. Calculation all levels of directional location of north, south, and east, guys. This is how you set up a universal line center in position locations, right? It's incredible how we do these things, the calculations. I'm just showing you what it is when we come into all levels of a new position to new space of time into rotation, all right? We start off with that conditions, all right? So it's all position line to calculations, all right? So it comes into track line center conditions, right? Opens up all sequence locations, right, to channel line center, in position locations, into all rotation center position conditions, high levels, all trap line center rotation interference, and program setting. In calculation modification, all level conditions, right? All right, yes, we're almost home. Okay, so I'm going to line stream all position locations, so north, south, and east. All right, we're almost done. Hold on. Coming into this position location, all right? Now, one thing left to do is to compilate the line center in rotation 2, its TV reception, coming into full communications of a new septical line. That communication interference programs its setting to its conditions, right? So it opens up all channels, okay, of a TV reception. All right. So it comes into that calculation, comes into its modified signals and rotation system. Okay. It's knowing exactly what you're doing with your pixel activations of your realms. Your box centers are extremely important to you because you are based on energy, vibration, and frequencies and harmonic resistance. It's knowing colorations of time through space and how to use it through its emotional track. It's a TV reception line to position to its connections. All right. Now, once you get into that center, we come into all position locations. We come into this graph line center in its position. Okay. Now it off systems its location. So it comes in energized line center, new universal to a crypto line interference position, a new computer of a new interface. Okay, calculation to connections. All right. Now we line stream the ground line center, change the Jeremy line center position location. It goes up in sequence location to its connections, like going up through a tree into formations to its time system, all levels of a new Ryan's belt to its calculations. Right? See it? All in 3 line center rotations. Now we set up the point system locations into universal round connection. Right? This is where we come into the full communication of planetary line centers. Right? Now we come into the positions, we line stream across. Okay, in position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's all set up. It's all set up through signal line center. We go to the code down line center rotation and interference. Rain graphs of a blind strip in position locations. We set up a whole new crypto line to its position line connections. Right? We center off the high system to its calculations. Codes coming into signal. Rotation to position line connections. Right? All right, so here we go. I'm going to set the signal locations. This is the new universal code signal location. All right, it's all set in universal lock. Communication to high system. You have to know exactly what you're doing with your calculations, guys. That's the most understanding, right? Percentage to position location or anything that connections. This is how you high rise all levels of all location. But once I set this up, it's in frame system. It's now allocated in 24 sequence of a new geometry line center is all position of space-time through all humanity and its frequency code line center position locations into the activation cycle to a new tracker system in its calculations. All right, so the codes are already set up. And remember, it's all solar memory of generation light connections. It formulates all position to its calculations. All right, you guys doing a fantastic job with the calculations. This is a new code signal 2. It's Tesseract. We are done. Hooah. See the codes? There's the codes. Locked in frame. Woo! Yeah. All right. So it's all set up. Tomorrow we set the line streams. Okay. To allocate more levitation and interference of plasma lights. We set up a new plasma web and communication rotation center. It opens up all levels of a universal line position to its planetary systems of galaxy locations. Congratulations, guys. You did a fantastic job. We're done. I know. Isn't it a beautiful thing when you see these things? Whoa. It's amazing, but every code is in position. All right, going really, really fast. Now it's in calculation modifications. Right? It's all set up. It's all set up. Locked in frequency. We're all good to go. So, wow, you guys did an incredible job. I'm so proud of you, man. It's unbelievable what you guys finished doing. All right, and things are changing. You know, you feel your computers, you feel your. So it's changing all channel locations of your high system locations. 24 position line connections is in your cells now of computers. No more 12, 24. Right? So line signal locations, all levels of a new universal line position to new computer location to its connections. It's amazing how it connects to high system to its calculation. Hooah! Amazing! Ellen, how's it going? How's everybody doing? Oh, wow. You guys did an incredible job. It's amazing what we just finished doing. Unbelievable what we just finished doing. Yeah, it's all changed now. It's all changed. Committing water, universal new codes. Yep, exactly. Meant to say around whole team. You're welcome. Connections all level done. Guardians, connections, new codes, all levels. It's all set in. But you got to admit, it's fantastic when you see these things, all connections, right? Multi-dimensional frequencies. Yeah, it's exactly what it is, right? So each quote signal is a different round line center of a different box location, a different sequence location at all level conditions of the universe. Right? These are all universe line centers, so strips, opposition locations, right? Planetary interference position location, right? But the universal clock is a humanity of 24,000, right? Line same to its rotation. Times pi, it's calculated and modified. So all humanity now is in position location to its alpha waves. Congratulations. That's done to position. Tomorrow we set light streams. See you guys on live on TikTok. Adios.